And I can't help but notice you're on a character called Rocket Boots.
Yes. Okay, wait, hold on. Don't look at me yet.
Now, if this is based on the Super Speed Rocket Boot combo, I'm sad to say that that's been nerfed for quite a while now.
What? Shit, we gotta. Okay, scratch this. This
Re-records.
is.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. No, everybody, we're here for another Boots Bad build. This time on Engineer and
Engineer. Yeehaw.
Engibir. And I'm pretty happy with it actually. I worked super hard to try to make it work finally.
Okay.
Okay, so the thing about this is that it has a budget conscious version and a ridiculous you have to farm for quite a while to get it version.
Okay.
However, I believe in the April patch they mentioned something about it. I think they're gonna make it easier to get.
Easier to get. Okay. So this
Okay.
is based on a really weird, crazy stat combo, right?
No, it's just Berserker. You could go Berserker if you'd like to.
Oh, okay. So what's the problem?
The problem is you need freaking leadership runes.
Leadership runes.
Oh my god, let me tell you about leadership runes.
All right, tell me all about them because they are way off my radar. I'll tell you that much.
They took so long for me to get. They caught, you know Dragon Stand?
Yeah. Oh,
You know-
these are those runes. No,
Yeah.
you didn't buy 6 of those.
I bought 6 of those runes.
Boots.
I bought 6 of those runes and I couldn't be happier.
Boots. These are best to have some serious perks to them.
They're fantastic. They are the best runes in the game by far.
Rune of Leadership. +8 to all stats. 5% boon duration. 12 to all stats. 10% boon duration. 16 to all stats. 15% boon duration.
And then?
When you use an elite skill, convert 2 condies into boons of all nearby allies. 45-second ICD.
Yeah.
Why
First
is that
of all-
so good?
Okay, so it's good. Let me just tell you. First of all, 30% boon duration. That's the main issue here.
What is it with you and boon duration?
I
Like,
love
for-
boon duration. No, so this is the ultimate. I'm never going to make another boon duration build. This is the one I have to stop at. Because I'm not getting any more leadership
But
runes,
what
that's
about a
for
Vesma
sure.
with leadership runes, Boots?
Well, I could just, what's it called?
Salvage.
Salvage my armor and give it to my Mesmer. And I don't really need, for raiding, I don't need a Mesmer with leadership runes because you could just do it without them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with the 50% that other people get you. But the whole point of this build is that it's the one-man army build. I don't know if that's the name I'm going to give it. One-man army build. I was thinking also Jughead.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is it does everything for itself. It's self-sufficient. So it doesn't need that 50% from somebody else. You get 100% based off of all your armor and stuff.
What happens when you get the 50% from a Rev as well? To be clear to everyone, Revs easily buff boon duration out the ass, so...
Yeah, well, why would you... You don't need a rev. I don't,
Yeah, but if you
I'm
get
a
one,
strong,
that just means
independent
that the Rev's
Engi who
wasted.
don't need no rev.
Okay.
So the thing is, I've been running around with 100% boon duration, and it's been great. It's been really great.
Why?
And because... just give me a second, man. Just give me a second. But I realized after a bit of time that I was able to dial it back a bit. So I've noticed that even at 80% boon duration, it's still pretty damn good.
Okay.
So I was able to get 100% boon duration. This is what I did. You got your leadership runes, which is the most you could get in the game for your runes. That's 30%. Even with pure platinum doubloons, that would only have been 24% in your rune slots.
So you get 6% more by going leadership.
Plus all the other stats, like the plus to all stats and the convert to commissions into
Alright, I
balloons.
see. So there's your budget versus your expensive.
Exactly. So that is the budget versus the expansions. The other stuff is, if you're going budget, for example, you're going to need an extra 4% boon duration. So you're going to have to put another platinum doubloon in one of your sigil spots.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not great. You probably don't even need that though. You could go 96% boon duration if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
it's not going to be worth sacrificing a sigil for 4%, right?
Exactly. So my sigils though, I got Rune of Rage, Superior Sigil of Rage, sorry, and Superior Sigil of Accuracy. But and then for the rest of the boon duration, I've got currently I have Commander's what's it called? Commander's amulets and stuff like that.
Okay, commanders having boon duration on.
Yeah, but that is not the budget version of the build. That is the unbudget version of the build. Instead, you could just do Berserker's gear that's exotic, and then put platinum doubloons in there.
Okay.
And then on top of that, obviously, you have your boon duration food and your boon duration utility, which is a bountiful sharpening stone, which you could only make.
Does that mean your trinkets right now have Maguma bells in them?
That is correct, yeah.
Ooh, I like the builds. All right.
Pearls. Oh yeah, what makes you like?
I don't know.
Maguma pearls
There's
so
just
much?
something about it. I like the cut of its jib. It just on some nice level appeals to me. I don't know. I like it.
Okay. Well, what are you gonna do with all this boon duration?
I have an idea.
Okay, go for it.
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower, you are correct.
Yeah.
Flamethrower.
Okay,
So
I
this-
see it. All right, so you explain to the kind people why this would work, and me as well, because I'm not 100% on the details.
Okay, so this is like the most boon synergistic build I could ever make, and it works. It's kind of brain dead though, you know. Like it's kind of obvious that this is what you should do when you have so much boon duration.
Oh, okay.
But I'm okay with
Alright.
that.
So me correctly getting flamethrower there is just brain dead. Yeah.
Yeah, you are brain dead. But it's just so strong, even though it's so straightforward, that it's great. Okay, so here we go. Number one, you gotta go Firearms.
All right, because there's a trait that gives you stab and might, right, or something.
There is a trait, the Juggernaut, which gives you stab and might.
Okay, so this is a Grandmaster Firearms.
Grandmaster Firearms called Juggernaut, gain might and stability while wielding a flamethrower.
Oh, hey, have you noticed that actually in game they don't reference the term Grandmaster anymore anywhere?
Hold on a second. I just noticed something.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Juggernaut says gain might and stability while wielding a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Currently, like the base might that you should get with no boon duration is 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm currently getting 30 and a quarter seconds.
You cheated a quarter of a second of might out of the game.
Apparently, the boon duration, whatever I'm doing here, is not capped at 100.
Oh, so you've actually got 100 point blah
I've
blah
got
blah.
I've got 101.33, but that's not what I'm just doing this to show you the 100% right now. But I usually run around with less.
So hold on, if you did have a rev, then it would go up to 150%.
Maybe.
So the boon duration cap isn't 100.
Go get your rev. Go get your rev.
Go get. I don't. But my rev's super low. My
We're
rev doesn't
testing
have
this.
that.
Oh shit. Let's go find a rev.
Do you have a high level rev?
I do, but how would that help?
All right, I think it's more fun to go find a rev. One
Let's go
second,
find a
guys.
rev.
Let's go beg a rev in Lion's Arch to give you more boon duration.
You have to mention your wooden potatoes though.
No, I don't.
Just do it. Just go, hey everybody, I'm wooden potatoes. I need a rev for a second. You'll be in one of my videos. 5G. I'm not rich. Are you
No,
kidding
I'll
me?
give him. I'll pay him. It's alright. I am rich. I accidentally spent an obnoxious amount of money on the gem store the other day, and now I don't know what I'm doing.
Holy crap. Might, 37 and 3/4 seconds.
Oh, cool. What does your hero page say? Does it say that it's over 100?
My hero page, this is probably a bug by the way. No, my hero page still says 100%.
So it's still working even though the hero pan. There you go. Bug detectors.
Bug detectors.
Now this is exploits and you can't do the video.
Oh shit.
T-dubs.
Boon duration go up. Boon duration go up. Boons. No, I think it's just the tooltip.
Oh, okay. All right. It's good.
Okay. Good. We've tested this nicely.
Okay.
It
There you
is
go.
just the tooltip
Science.
that's bugged.
There you go, everyone. You learned something.
You learned something.
Even if this is a bad build, you've learned something.
So all of the tooltips count how much boon duration you're giving yourself, but not actually the right amount of boon
But they don't
duration.
apply it. Yeah.
They don't apply the cap on the tooltips for some reason.
Okay.
Juggernaut is pulsing might and stab. So at 100%, it's giving 30 seconds of might on a 3-second interval, which means what to you, sir?
I don't know the maths on that.
You divide by 3.
Okay.
So you'll have 10 seconds of might, 10 stacks of might at all times.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be higher.
Oh yeah? 10
Yeah.
stacks is too low?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted it to be the full 25.
Sorry, Ben.
Come
it's
on,
not
the
gonna
entire
happen.
build, all the gear is about
No,
increasing
no.
that might duration, and...
But that is only one trait.
Okay, alright, fair enough. All
So
right.
let's keep going. Stability 6 seconds every 3 seconds, so that means at all times you will have 2 stacks of stability.
Okay, as opposed to, like, the cool thing is, right now, you can mouse over me, a person with a regular flamethrower, and you can see I have 5 stacks of might and 1 stack of stab. You've just doubled both of those.
I've doubled both of those, exactly. Now, let's keep going on firearms. Then you got no scope in your master trait.
Okay, no scope. Critical hits within the ranged threshold have a chance to grant fury.
Exactly, 100% chance of getting fury if you're within the range threshold, and you're gonna be most of the time.
Okay.
Which means that with 100% boon duration, you have an 80% uptime of fury.
Okay.
You have 10% extra chance of critically hitting against bleeding foes,
And they
which
will be
they're
bleeding because of the first minor, so you basically have a flat 30%.
bonus to all your critical hits.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm using heavy armor exploit as my adept trait.
So you just want more boons, right? So your crits give you swiftness and apply vuln.
Exactly, 50% chance with no internal cooldown.
All right, and it's gonna last 6 seconds when it hits you.
Exactly. So the vulnerability stacks up really fast with a flamethrower.
I agree. Yeah, lots of quick hits of damage.
Exactly. So they're gonna have probably 6 to 8 stacks of vulnerability at all times with this. And the swiftness stacks up ridiculously fast. If you're just fighting like if you're in World vs. World, let's say, and you want to start walking faster than normal, you just attack a neutral mob, and by the time you kill it with a flamethrower, you'll have a minute of swiftness stacked up.
Oh, what's crazy as well about that is, speaking of World vs. World, anywhere where there's lots of targets, there's no internal cooldown. So if you're hitting the flamethrower on 5 targets, that's a ridiculous amount of swiftness. You're suddenly just going to push out.
Yeah. Exactly.
It'll hit the intensity cap super quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna go into Scrapper in the master trait spot.
Yeah.
Mass momentum.
Mass momentum. Gain power based on your toughness and might when you... Oh my god. All right, cool. Yeah, I forgot about this, the synergy. Yeah. I remember them talking about this on actually POI a while ago.
Exactly. So when you have stability, which you always do with Juggernaut,
Yeah.
you gain 10 seconds of might every second.
All right, now talk to me about your might. Okay.
So with your flamethrower, just holding your flamethrower, doing nothing else.
No skills. No cooldown.
No skills. You will have 20 stacks of might and 2 stacks of stability.
Let's see. Get it out.
Okay, I'm getting it out. I'm whipping it out.
Oh god, there
You ready
we go.
for this? Going up.
And obviously it's got
fast.
fire field and a blast on there. It's not going to be hard to get the last little bit of might.
Oh, but I don't even need the fire field and blast to get my last little bit of might, and I'll tell you why in a little bit.
Okay, I like it. All right, 16. It's slowing down. This quickness I can't help but notice as well.
Oh shit, yeah, that's my other trait. Okay, so talking about that, applied force as the Grandmaster in Scrapper.
Applied force. Gain quickness when you get might above the threshold. What? This is so cool. So if you have over 10 might, it will give you quickness for 6 seconds every 10.
So you have a 60% uptime of quickness.
Which
just
is so
by
cool
holding...
for the flamethrower auto. Once again, Boots, I find you talking about a build that I am really keen to see the footage on.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So you have 6 seconds of 60% uptime of quickness just from holding a flamethrower. Just from, like, not even pressing a button. Just by pressing a button a long time ago and doing nothing.
Look at that. Look at your boons right now. That's really cool.
And then finally, in the Adept, I really like this. Some people might want to go perfectly weighted for the extra hammer damage.
Okay.
And extra chance of getting stability when you're evading attacks. Because you don't get stability when you don't hold your flamethrower. So if you have your hammer, you switch out of your flamethrower, you want to get stability somehow, you might want to do this. But I like Recovery Matrix because of the healing skill I use.
Using your heal skill temporarily reduces damage you receive.
So you get 10 seconds of protection for using your heal skill.
I'm guessing, by the way, the commander runes, that trait, it all seems like you're going to go a load of kits.
No, you're absolutely wrong.
Oh, okay. All right,
Because
so next.
I don't know if you know this, but that trait doesn't work with healing kit.
Oh,
Like,
doesn't it? What?
no,
That's cheeky.
no. Right now, no, any heal skill traits and abilities don't work with heal kit. They only work with when you use the F1 ability, the toolkit ability.
Why
on
have they done that?
I don't know. They changed it, but it's annoying.
Yeah, that sucks. There were some cool little things you could do with that before.
I know.
No wonder no one's using it.
Yeah, exactly. Except, I mean, I understand why they wouldn't want this trait specifically not to work with heal kit, because then it would be infinite protection.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, so now we are going alchemy.
Okay, alchemy. All right.
Yeah. So alchemy, on first glance, the first real reason I got alchemy is for the third minor trait.
Throwing or consuming elixirs removes condies from those affected, and your boon duration goes up by another 20%.
Exactly. So that's where you hit your 100% boon duration
With
because
the
of
food.
this. You could get, if you go full commander gear and the leadership runes, you can get 100% boon duration without this
Alchemical
trait.
tinctures. Okay.
So you could, if you wanted to make an alteration to this build, it's totally okay. You might want to, instead of going alchemy, you might want to go tools for static discharge. That's always fun. Or you might want to go, and you get extra damage from like long fuse, powder pack, etc. Or you might want to go inventions for bunker down. That's a really good thing to use too, especially with your flamethrower. That's basically making it so you always have your bombs and your heal kits going down every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I like alchemy for this boon duration. I don't have to go crazy with my armor. And on top of that, the traits I use are pretty fantastic in it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was just looking in some of the other lines. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, the first minor is pretty great. When you go lower than 75% HP, you're gonna get another 20 seconds of fury, which rounds out your 80% fury uptime to 100%.
Okay,
basically.
because the health threshold there is only 75%, so you're gonna get there quite frequently.
Exactly. So, and it's on a 40-second cooldown, and you get 20 seconds of fury. So that means that's a 50% uptime from
you should
that.
get 24 seconds of fury, shouldn't you?
You might have some. I think you have some boon duration right now.
Oh yeah, because I just picked alchemy. Right.
Yeah, and you get 1 stack of might for a minute, whatever. So you're running around with 21 might now. Who cares? You get 20 seconds of retaliation, always a fun thing to have, and you get some more swiftness.
Swiftness. Okay, yeah.
Then I got invigorating speed. When you gain swiftness, you also gain vigor.
And that is high enough duration to match the cooldown.
More than that. Right now, it's with your low boon duration, it's high enough to match the cooldown. With my boon duration, it doubles the cooldown.
That's awesome! So
yeah.
Combined with the other stuff, you just have permanent vigor too then?
Yep, permanent vigor, permanent swiftness. Permanent almost everything, basically.
Wow, okay, let's keep going. I like it.
Okay, and then I use... this one's a bit of a choice. I use Elixir S. I use the self-regulating defenses.
Alright.
Because it saves me in a lot of
I
situations.
do like that. I like that trait.
Yeah. Saves me in a lot of situations. And the heal skill I use, as well as some of the other skills I use, are good for it, as opposed to some the meta usually. Because with Elixir S, a lot of people have to like dodge roll when they're coming off of it, because people are always trying to kill you then. And then it takes time for their heal skills to pull off and stuff like that. But the stuff I use is all pretty much instant activation. So...
Do you not think that since this is all kind of all-roundy, and you're camping kit so much, Backpack Regenerator has some merit?
Yeah, it does, exactly. So that's the other choice that you would want to have.
Okay.
If you wanted to. And if you think you have enough fury anyway, you might want to go in Firearms, pinpoint distribution instead of the no scope, just to make your bleeds and your fire and your burning do a little more damage too.
Right, okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, but Elixir S is the way I'm going with in this one. The 119 health every second isn't that important.
No, you're right. It would be a bit of a gear set change if you were going for that too.
Yeah, and then finally, people might say, hey, HDH is the bomb, right?
But you've got way too much at this point.
I've got enough, man. I already have 21 just off the bat.
Yeah.
When I run around with 80% boon duration instead of 100% boon duration, I still have 19 running around. 18 plus 1.
Oh, bro, I can see exactly what you're going here.
What am I going?
Iron-blooded.
Iron friggin' blooded.
That's cool.
2% reduced damage per boon. Just by attacking something like once, I will have permanent, like, during the entire fight, 6, 7, 8 boons at all times.
So you have 16% damage reduction flat.
At all times.
That will stack on top of protection.
Stacks on top of protection.
But you don't get any protection application as far as I see.
Well, you get one from your heal skill, first of all. From Recovery Matrix.
Okay. All right, yes.
Yeah, and then the heal skill I use is Medic Gyro.
All right, deploy a medic gyro to heal nearby allies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the F1 on it is to have
and the
defensive
F1 on
field.
It exactly creates a large defensive field so it gives protection to all your allies as well, and it's 2 seconds every second, and it's 5 pulses.
Okay. So what does that look like when you drop it? Can you drop it for us to see?
Sure. So that would be an extra 10 seconds of protection to you and all your friends.
All right. Look at that. That's a big difference compared to when I dropped it a second ago.
Yeah. Now, so you got your 10 seconds of protection to all your friends. That's fun times. And Medic Gyro is an instant activation, which I find really good. I mean, I know Healing Turret is kind of the meta. Everybody uses it. It's fantastic. You could do all these combos with it. But you could do pretty damn good combos with the Medic Gyro as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have first your instant activation, fine. And then did you know that Hammer has this rocket charge ability that does 3 leap finishers?
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is toss down your F1 Medic Gyro thing.
And then get 3 water leaps.
And you get your 3 water leaps.
But then that moves you out of the field and drops
No,
you.
it doesn't. The field follows you.
Oh, the field follows you too. Okay, wow, yeah, that's perfect.
So it's even better than the healing turret in that respect.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and then you even have enough time to do a flamethrower burst in it too, so you could get 4 heals off of it.
Oh my god, yeah, nice.
And then on top of that, obviously, your Medic Gyro follows you around for 14 seconds, healing you for 850 damage each tick.
Alright.
And then I use Bulwark Gyro, just to be a little bit more mean.
Why?
Bulwark Gyro reduces damage by another 50% on top of your 16%, on top of your 33% from protection.
Yeah, okay. Alright, that's pretty funny.
And the Bulwark Gyro will take less damage because it takes 50% off of you after
the other stuff's already mitigated it.
Exactly. This is what allows me to run around with Berserker gear instead of any other gear.
Yeah, and keep the damage rolling. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you know, like if you're attacking Svanir, it does like 2.5, 3k damage per hit.
Mm-hmm.
With this stuff rolling, it does maybe 700 damage per hit.
That's pretty crazy. I'm trying to see how much Conde Cleanse do you have?
Well, okay, so you have in Alchemy.
Yeah.
You have
the Elixir
Transmute.
B, which isn't very easy to control. Transmute, which isn't particularly easy to control.
Yeah.
Throwing elixirs could do stuff, but are you running that?
Hold on, give me a second. So throwing elixirs, yeah, could do that. You have Transmute. Every 15 seconds, an incoming condition turns directly into a boon.
Yeah.
So throwing elixirs, yeah, would remove another condition. You also have the leadership runes, which when you use your, in this case, I'm using Sneak Gyro.
Okay.
So that's on a 40-second cooldown, so it basically times up with your leadership runes.
All right.
So whenever you use your Sneak Gyro, you remove 2 conditions and turn them into boons, which obviously all of this, when you convert conditions into boons, works very well with boon duration.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm running around in PvE, you don't really need that much boon clear. So that is all enough for me in PvE.
Yep.
So I run Toolkit on top of that as my last utility.
All right. Okay. I do love Toolkit, by the way, for what it's worth.
Yeah,
I think
plenty fun. The auto attacks are basically the exact same amount of damage as the hammer auto attack, so you don't use it for that. You'll use it for the pry bar, you'll use it for the shield, and you'll use it for the pull.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many Necros running around in PvP and Mesmers, I run Elixir C.
Elixir C. Really?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, well, that's fine. I know some people like to run, what's it called? Some people like to run elixir gun, which is pretty good.
Yeah. And that
But
even
elixir
opens you up for a trait as well in alchemy.
Yeah, exactly. But Elixir C is very strong as well because you kind of you have a lot of damage reduction. So when conditions tend to ramp up, it's when they put a lot of stuff on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just wait until you have a lot of stuff on you. You're maybe at 60% health at that point. You pop Elixir C, turn all the conditions into boons.
I suppose there
And
is a nice synergy there that they become boons. Like, do
exactly,
the
which have
duration of
doubled the
those boons actually get modified by your boon duration, or do they just stay the same duration as the
No,
condies would have had?
I'm pretty sure it's no, because when you convert conditions to boons, it gives you boons at a set boon duration.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't matter what the
Oh,
original
yeah, it
duration
says
of the
there,
conditions
duration 5
was.
seconds. So does that double for you to 10?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
pretty
there you
sure.
go. Okay, so there is a bit more merit to it than I first saw. Okay, I agree.
Exactly. And then on top of that, the Toss Elixir C tool
It's
belt
another mini
skill
one.
is another mini one that does a lot more. It gives you 3 additional boon duration. It's on a 25-second cooldown, which is pretty good.
All right.
The main reason I don't use Elixir Gun is because I'm not good enough at it to use it effectively.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure people who are really good at Engi and are really good at Elixir Gun could use it way better than the Elixir C.
Yeah, I like the stun break on it and stuff. I like the gun.
Yeah. Okay, one last thing that I forgot to mention. So with the 100% boon duration, you know how you're getting 60% uptime of quickness from that one trait?
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier on the hammer I have Superior Sigil of Rage,
Oh, that's why you have the Sigil of Rage.
exactly, which gives 3 seconds of quickness on a critical on a 50% chance on a critical on a 30-second cooldown. But with boon duration 100%, that's 6 seconds, which is an extra 20% uptime. So you're up to 80% quickness uptime.
Ah.
And then if you want to go all out, if you want to, even with the same traits we have here, you could put on Elixir U
And then get loads
instead
of
of your
quickness there too.
toolkit
Yeah.
and have 100% uptime of quickness.
Interesting.
Yeah, so in reality, I'm running around, instead of with 100% boon duration, I have my Ascended trinkets on, and I have 80% boon duration. Which means instead of 20 might, I'll have 18 might. Oh, poor me. And still almost the same amount of quickness.
I mean, it's really not hard to, you're on a flamethrower, to just might stack.
Yeah, no, but not on top. On top of that, the food you use is important.
Oh, okay, so let's talk food.
So the boon duration utility, it's pretty straightforward. 100 power, 100%, 10% boon duration.
Okay.
But this food is the way to go. Home cooked nourishment, it's not actually called home cooked nourishment. It's called golden fried dumplings, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you 20% boon duration.
Ah, look at that.
25% magic find during lunar year, which is so important.
Yeah, that's
for this
probably the
build.
thing that really clinches this build out into, you know, super meta.
Exactly. And then 33% chance for might, 5 seconds on crit, which turns to 10 seconds.
The duration of
obviously.
that might is what?
Yeah. It's 5 seconds base and then 10 seconds with the boon duration.
Oh, so there you go. So that's another 2 might, basically.
It's a third, except, important to note, probably the most important thing to note, I've tested this. This does not have an internal cooldown.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it is the best possible thing to use with Flamethrower because you get 5 crits basically every second.
Wow, just that alone is like enough to outweigh so much other stuff.
Yeah, just by attacking auto attack Flamethrower, you're going to have 25 stacks of might.
That's great. So what boons are you missing? You're missing regen?
Yeah, recent regen.
What else are you missing? Resistance. Aegis.
Resistance, Aegis, and I think that's it. But all 3 of those, if you're fighting a Necro and you pop Elixir C, you get those.
Oh yeah,
because
I
they
guess
put
they
on
are
chill,
technically there. Yeah.
they put on poison, they put on
Burning
they
gives
put on
Aegis, I think.
burning gives Aegis, exactly.
Fears turn into stab, but you've got plenty of stab. All right, okay,
exactly.
all right. So can I make just a couple of comments?
You can make all the comments you want.
All right, I think the main problem with this is, as cool as it sounds, how great is the flamethrower auto really?
So good. No, it's all right. It's all right. It is less damage than than hammer auto, but not that much less damage.
You get a lot of quality life on it because it's a big cone and it just keeps rolling. It just keeps rolling. However, I feel like this could be, until I see the footage, I won't know. But I feel like this could be in the category of you're doing an awful lot to polish a turd, but Flamethrower is still a turd.
No, it's not a turd. You're a turd.
I don't know. It depends. It depends as well, like because you've got perma swiftness, you've got perma stab. Those two things alone will help you in many ways deal with people from trying to kite out of the range. Give you a lot of quality of life. Just keep pushing it, keep grinding it into people's face, and maybe it does a lot of damage. Maybe it's quite good. Yeah. That would be my first little thing. The also thing is I'd be worried how much you're giving up for the boon duration that could have just rounded you out in other ways. But I hate this because it seems really cool, and I like the amount of synergy that's there. I wonder how much Condi pressure you can really stand up to. It seems like a lot of your Condi cleanses are very high cooldowns and, quite situational.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much that's really going to help you out. But if you really are this brutish, just like pushing people in the face, because I do also remember I've had a few experiences before where I've really been roasted by a flamethrower. That's quite nice. This is all PvP that I'm talking right now. I think in the other areas of the game as well, the problem you'd have is other people can give you those boons so comfortably too, right? Like even just when you go to, even ignoring the Revenant aspect of it, that you've spent all this to get 50% boon duration, that if you're in any kind of team scenario with Revenant, you're probably going to get that anyway. The perma fury isn't perma swiftness. That stuff's not really worth anything when you look at group scenarios and in other areas of the game, because you're going to have it anyway. And then the thought that you've done all this to give yourself lots of might, now you can't get the benefit of other people giving you might, because
so in other words, in a raid, you're not going to run this
absolutely. This is trash for a raid. Absolutely.
This is trash for a raid.
It's completely pointless. I mean, specking into stuff that you don't need to because other people get you there anyway. But more what I'm saying is for those other experiences in the game, which we can't devalue, there's loads of them, you are a little bit pigeonholed by the build, that it's more of a lone free ranger. Do you get what I mean? Like,
exactly. It's the one-man army. It's
which is what you did open up with saying. So if you like being pigeonholed like that, then I think it probably does things quite well.
But you'd be surprised. In PvP especially, it is very strong because the cleave potential of the flamethrower can't be underestimated.
That's a good point as well, yeah. Not that you've got any easy way of applying poison to people.
No, that's true. But just the flamethrower auto attack, the fact that it's 425 range instead of the 180 or whatever it is for melee, and it has quite a wide swath triangle-wise. Like even though it looks... The cone of damage is much larger than it actually appears.
Depends on the player's scaling, obviously.
Yeah, but the cone of damage is much larger than this. It's more like 60 degrees, maybe.
It does excite me. I kind of do want to see it. Degrees. And that poison comment as well. If you don't, it's not like sneak gyro is integral to the build. So it's not much to swap that to a mortar. Oh look, you got another kit, and easily now you got your poison for the bodies.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that.
Retail must really hurt you, by the way. That's something else I would say.
Yeah, so if somebody has retail, obviously switch to your hammer.
Okay. And lose all the perks of the build.
No, they ramp back up pretty quickly. You just drop it, and then it disappears after 10 seconds or so. It'll go down to 10 might instead of 20.
Okay.
And then 10 seconds later, you get it back.
All right. If you say so. I'll see how it goes. Make sure you include some footage of someone with retail.
Okay.
Or a group of people with retail, and you're cleaving them all at once.
Yeah, well, you don't do that. If you see that you're getting retail damage, you switch weapons.
All right.
I guess that's it then. Thanks for joining me, man.
No worries. It's always interesting seeing the next thing that you've concocted.
I'm glad that you actually had some real criticism for this build, unlike the other builds where you're just sort of going how nice it is. And
what do you mean? So I always critique them.
Well, the last one, not so much.
What was the last one?
The Interrupt Thief.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I do have a critique for that. I tried playing that after the video. It was terrible. It was awful.
Who was terrible? The build or you?
The build was terrible. I'm amazing at it. I'm as good as
sure, yeah.
And the build was definitely not carrying me, so...
I believe you. Yeah, it's definitely the build.
It's true, though. I did try it, and I just ran around wiping. I was like, I am awful at this.
Oh, man. Okay, I'll teach you one day. But alright, thanks everybody for joining us. Another Boots Bad Builds, and I gotta come up with what class do you want me to do next?
a Revenant build, because you haven't done one yet.
Oh yeah, at all, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, will do. See you guys later for probably not a Revenant build, because that sounds hard.
Catch you next time, everyone.